He's aboard the Cause Central Auto, Davis Auto Body, Anelli Paving Buick. It's Scott Poirier.
On the outside, from Taunton, Massachusetts, number 62, the sponsor wanted, Les Rose.
And moving along to our second row, on the inside, it will be car number 96, a fast-improving driver from Canton, Connecticut. He drives the Canton Sign Shop entry. It's Kurt Brainerd, car 96.
From Millville, Connecticut, number 15, Sanitary Services, John Anderson.
Moving to the inside of the third row, a popular competitor aboard car number 57, a feature win to his credit. From Waterbury, he drives the Mystique Motorsports machine. It's Steve Shawansky.
The pride of the Tagettes from Ollie's Restaurant Racing Stable, Oxford, Massachusetts, number 3, Tom Tag.
On the inside of the fourth row, he's driving car 5. Good-looking rookie out of Montville, Connecticut. It's the Robico Excavation Paul's TV Cavalier for Dennis Gaeta.
The red and white number 33 sits next to him. From Woodbury, Connecticut, Partika Chevrolet, Bo Gunning.
On the inside of our next row, he's aboard car number 86. It's the Dolls Construction entry. From Colchester, Connecticut, the fast-improving Bob the Snake Georgitis.
Marvin's Toyota, the backing of the 07 car. From Colchester, Connecticut, Bert Marvin.
To the inside of our next row, he drives car number 2 from Watertown, Connecticut. It's the Dreyer Machine Company, number 2, for Rich Fishhead Neary.
Number 55 from Oxford, Massachusetts, Moe's Towing supported, John Sneed.
Our Bolton, Connecticut brings us our next competitor. He drives the Builders Concrete, J.S. Nason. And Nully's Restaurant and Cafe, number 21, it's Frank Cardile.
From Mercier's Custom Auto Body in Enfield, Connecticut, number 8, Bob Mercier.
In our 8th row, on the inside, driving car number 44. Driver from Stafford, Connecticut. He's aboard the Spires Welding Dutch's Restaurant, Pontiac. It's Frank Wainwright.
The self-sponsored Plainville, Connecticut driver, number 82 in the black and white modified, Mike Christopher.
From Monroe, Connecticut, it's the Global Aviation Resources Valley Trucking and Rigging Cavalier. Car number 23 for Larry the Boss Ross.
Danbury, Connecticut, the home of number 83, the Flynn Racing entry, Rick Bennett Jr.
And moving to the inside of our 10th row, certainly one of the most popular competitors in New England racing circles today. He drives car number 13 from Plainville, Connecticut. It's the Sanitary Services Corporation entry for Ted Christopher.
Montauk, New York's entry, the Central Paving, Asphalt Paving, sponsor number 22, Lloyd Agar.
Doing double duty tonight, and in the modified for the first time in a long time. He's from Waterbury, Connecticut. It's the Raymond's Building Supplies Charger for John Jensen.
The number 10 car from Rehoboth, Massachusetts, Zeke's Custom Auto, Dave Bergren.
Moving now to the inside of our next row, he hails from Baiting Hollow, Long Island, New York. It's the White Brothers Trucking number 27 for John White.
From Norwich, Connecticut, Burnett's Machine, P&J Tire, number 52, the defending champ, Bob Potter.
And taking over the former Bob Potter ride, it's car number 51, a very strong competitor. He drives the Burnett's Machine, P&J Tire entry from Agawam, Massachusetts. It's Richie Gallup.
And next to Richie, number 75, from Southington, Connecticut, it's Dennis Doyle.
And now to our final row in car 34. This driver hails from Oxford, Massachusetts. He drives the Tremblay's Auto Body, MDI Store Fixtures Cavalier. It's Paul Tremblay.
The sponsor-needed New Britain, Connecticut driver finishes out our field. Number 6, Pat Chambrello Jr.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the field for tonight's running of the Winston 100. Double points on the line, extra bonus money, extra prizes for our competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the field. Let's hear it strong for them. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Winston modifies 100 laps. Let's send them off. Who will it be? Poirier, Gunning, Shawansky, Christopher. Who's going to take the gold? We want to hear some hands coming together as your favorite drivers come by. These guys are going to stand on it. You're going to see some unbelievable activity. Open wheel racing for 100 laps.
Fellows know that this is the maximum speed they're allowed when they come in for a pit stop.
Now imagine this, you're doing 150 miles an hour on the straightaway. You grab the binders, you turn left into the infield, and then you slow to 30 miles an hour. Now this has got to be some sort of a mind trip for guys that are going this fast for this many laps.
Our pace car in front of the field. Scott Poirier in the 6X, Les Rose in the 62 to set to lead the field to green. Here they come. The field starts to tighten up. The pace picks up. They head into turn 4. Our pace car now out of the way. We're ready for the start of this one. Off turn 4, the pace picks up, and we're underway.
Right away, the cars start to move around. Jockeying for position. We come down to turn number 1. Les Rose, your first leader, out. Got company down the back straightaway. Rose, number 62. Holds on to the lead as we come up to the end of lap number 1 already. We got cars coming together. These guys are hungry for this gold.
Steve Shawansky bobbling a little bit out of turn 4. Hopefully we'll get that corrected. As it's still Rose, the man in front, followed by John Anderson. Anderson moves to the inside. Running third is Tom Tagg in the 3. The 6. Poirier running in third, a 4th place correction. As they cross the line, 2 laps down and a long way to go.
The field starts to stretch out a little bit. Guys are trying to settling down, getting into a pattern. Cardile, number 21, up against the fence. Looks like he's got a mechanical problem. The car just came rolling to stop, and our first yellow is out.
And remember that laps under caution do count. Now we'll see if anybody makes the move to the infield. It's certainly Cardile with a problem. His crew awaiting his presence. And we'll see how quickly his problems can be corrected. Cardile to a stop.
Now, what tools do we grab from the toolbox?
That's it, no communication, so they have to determine the problem as soon as that car comes to a halt and they can communicate with their driver.
Lights out on the pace car. We're going to go back to green again. We have not finished the lap.
Cautions do count. We've got 5 laps now complete.
I was just hit.
And we're not sure what the problem could be in that one. And Joe Abadi, our infield reporter, will be over there momentarily to find out what it's all about. Well, meanwhile, we're ready for the resumption of this one. John Anderson now sitting on the pole in car 15, the former Ted Christopher car. And now we're ready to roll him again.
Anderson jumps on the gas right away. The green comes out. And number 15, Anderson, takes the lead. Tagg running in second spot. Bo Gunning moving up. He's currently sitting 4th, 5th, somewhere right close to there, right next to Poirier. Tagg right in front of him.
There's your battle for the number 4 spot. And Gunning takes over that position from Poirier. So Bo Gunning now in 4th place. Tagg with a bid for the lead. Tom Tagg challenging John Anderson.
Anderson drops down and shuts the door. Tagg stays on the low groove. He's going to try it again as they go into turn number 1.
Oh, Gunning, meanwhile, is closing in on Les Rose. And here comes Gunning, and Gunning has the number 3 spot. Meanwhile, a lot of shuffling going on back in the pack. Problems for the 07 of Bert Marvin as he blows a tire.
Marvin, fortunately for him, on the back straight right near the end of the pit, was able to dip in for a new tire.
Anderson setting the pace, and the 21 goes behind the wall. Frank Cardile out of the event.
Tough break for a young driver who's got a real future ahead of him in this particular class, or any class. A real strong driver.
And And the 79 of Jensen has blown.
Out comes the yellow flag. Jensen drops down on the inside of the grass. He doesn't want to get in too hard. It'll spin it around, but he lost his motor. Coming out of turn number 4.
Long way left.
Drivers will look for the green light as they move into turn number 4. Anderson jumps down on the throttle. Lights green, flags green, we're racing again. And here comes Low Gunning, number 33. Drops down the inside, Tag's got the high line, trying to move back to the lead. Gunning eases off just a smidgen to let those guys have some room to work.
And here comes Tag to challenge for the lead. They rub tires just a little bit. Everybody okay. Here comes Gunning down low again.
Gunning appears to have overtaken Tag for second spot. Shawansky, number 57, Mystique Motorsports entry, trying to follow Gunning through. Tag drifts down on him and closes the door. Gunning right on Anderson's bumper.
And Shawansky takes away the number 3 spot from Tag.
Well, Gunning drops down to the inside, takes a look for the lead. Number 15 car says not yet. Shawansky now looks at the outside, and Christopher on the outside of Tom Tag. That's Ted Christopher, number 13. Now drops to the inside. Christopher looking to move up. In the dirt, puts 2 wheels in the dirt, still manages to maintain his momentum.
A bid now for 4th place by Ted Christopher, who started 19th in the field. And Ted has it at the line.
Right behind him is brother Mike, number 82, the black and white modified, looking to follow his brother through. Tag, stuck on the outside, is working his way backwards.
Off turn 4 to complete lap number 21.
Anderson, Gunning, Shawansky. Oh, we got hard contact going into turn number 3 and 4.
Looks like the 23 of Ross and the 5 of Gaeta involved in that one. The ambulance pulls out, hopefully no need for that. And Joe Abadi, our infield reporter, also will head to the scene to see what he can find out. You can see smoke coming out of the 5, probably a blown hose. All right, we're ready to go one more time. 73 laps remain in this one. And here we come.
Anderson down on the gas, the green flies. The number 15 car gets the jump. Gunning, a little bit of a hesitation. Here comes Steve Shawansky. On the inside, number 57 tries to challenge, but Bo drops down and closes the door. On the outside, number 13, Ted Christopher, moves up on number 57, Shawansky, and makes a bid for 3rd place. Coming out of turn 4, Shawansky on the low side, but Christopher's got the motor and moves around him to take 3rd place. And here comes number 82, Mike Christopher. Meanwhile, Anderson and Gunning continue to motor along in 1st and 2nd, but boy, we got company behind them. Here come the brothers Christopher and Steve Shawansky. Everybody wants a piece of the gold, and you can't get any closer to that as they go into turn number 1.
Great action all through the pack here. And now Mike on the outside definitely steals away that number 4 spot from Shawansky and moves in on the back bumper of brother Ted. Gunning apparently content now to sit in 2nd place for a while, try to guard that spot. Ted tries to get under him. Gunning shuts the door that time.
Christopher doing duty on Bush North and a couple of other rides. And he probably won't be here every week, but when he is here, he's a threat.
And Richie Gallup overtakes Tom Tag, and uh-oh, problems up in turn 4 once again. 23 of Ross in the 07. And here we go once again.
Anderson moves up along Gunning. Pace car drops down the side. Anderson's immediately on the gas. Green flag is out.
How he did that, we don't know, but Ted Christopher takes over the second spot.
Immediately makes a challenge for the lead. But Anderson backs him off, gunning, moving up, trying to regain that second spot. Shawansky and Mike Christopher side by side all the way around that lap. Shawansky on the low line, Mike Christopher on the high side. These guys are running exactly the same speed. Now Shawansky gets a wheel under him, and Christopher goes in real hard, leans down, but Steve Shawansky still holds him off. Meanwhile, Ted Christopher, number 13, takes a look to the inside, and look at where he is, down below the yellow stripe. And we have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. Ted Christopher, number 13, in the lead. Now there's a scenario for you. Number 13 car and the number 15 car have been driven by the same guy. Do you think maybe Ted knew some of the subtleties of the number 15 car in order to drive around it?
Perhaps. But meanwhile, look back in the pack. Now running in 7th place is Mr. Patience, Bob Potter. So keep an eye on him. Richie Gallup moving up on the outside in the old Potter car, number 51.
Tom Tagg having his problems. Started very well tonight, way up front.
And the field really spreading out now. Spurts ahead once again.
Drivers seem to be settling in now. Nobody's advancing. Their positions are about the same.
Everybody's settling into a groove now. Everybody, that is, except Richie Gallup, who once again makes a bit, this time overtakes Tom Tagg. So Gallup is now running in 8th place in car 51.
Potter 52 moving up on Agor, but it seems to be content. Right off one car length. Warrior 6X, a little sideways, a lot of sideways actually coming out of turn 4, gathers it back in. Now as the laps start to click down, these tires are a relatively soft compound. It's going to be interesting to see if the handling of the cars start to change as we get up toward the halfway mark. Ted Christopher, number 13, motoring away. Watch the cars as they exit turn 4 and as they exit turn 2. They seem to be getting a little bit more sideways than they were earlier, so I think we're starting to see some blistering on these tires.
Here's your leader. Now a good pack behind them.
Bad place to get turned around, right in front of everybody. Bennett gathers it back in. Reggie Ruggiero stayed out and everyone dropped in for fresh tires. His held up, his were strong enough. Maybe that's the method that the drivers are using tonight.
Here we go, they fire them up again, and there's the green flag. Problems on the outside for Doyle. And Doyle moving very, very slowly to here on the front stretch. Better try to get himself to the infield. Now he gets it going again, so Doyle fires back up and avoids a caution.
No, the yellow came out.
Up, caution came.
Short, it killed the motor for a second because he coasted down the front straightaway. Yep, they're putting the bonnets off the car, they're looking at the engine. One row up from where he is. And he does not want, well, are we going to go to green?
Yeah,
we're going to green. Strategy worked, I guess. now for second spot. Number 82 in the black and white Thunder car, Mike Christopher.
And Bo Gunning has been dropped back to the number 5 spot. So a tough restart for Bo Gunning. Now Bob Potter moves alongside Lloyd Agor. And Potter, fighting for the number 6 spot, now has it. Bob Potter running in 6th in car 52. Off turn 4, nose to tail in the pack. Now Tom Tagg will challenge Agor. And all of a sudden, Tagg finds some power again and moves up alongside Agor.
Mike Christopher tries twice to get around Anderson. Tried him high, tried him low, and there was no room. Anderson protecting his position.
Poirier gets the black flag, and we'll find out what that means. Jumping on the restart. Poirier now slowing down on the backstretch. He gets a stop-go penalty. Scott Poirier.
I told you can't run 3 abreast. Okay, meanwhile, back up front, Ted Christopher, number 13, easing away from the rest of the field. Anderson holding off Mike Christopher, number 82. Schwanski, 57, sitting right there. Now we got a battle a little further back. Tom Tagg seems to have gotten no legs under him. He moves down on the inside of Potter. He's right behind Bo Gunning.
And a flat on the 75. The troubles continue for Dennis Doyle. And meanwhile,
Bob Potter moves up, gets around Bo Gunning on the outside. Gunning doesn't cut him any slack at all, but he managed. Oh, he goes around and he did touch. Holy smokes! Bob Potter gets touched by Bo Gunning, or he touched Bo Gunning, whichever. He goes around big time.
And Gunning hit that back wall hard. Christopher apparently able to, Potter able to fire and get going again, but Gunning has serious damage to the 33.
It almost appears as if after they touched, Bo kind of lost it for a second, and by the time he got his act together, he was in the wall.
Yeah, he just couldn't seem to control the car. So now everybody heads out that way.
Potter in the pits with a flat tire, possibly some suspension damage, but I don't know. He didn't really hit anything that hard.
He's heading right back out, trying to keep his position on the racetrack, apparently. He's got something dangling off the rear of the deck. Could be some share.
Yeah.
Well, Ted Christopher is the man in front, and another sanitary services car right alongside. John Anderson behind the wheel of that one. Mike Christopher on the inside of the second row, and Tom Tagg, who's come on strong in recent laps. Now it's complete. When they cross the line, there'll be 69. So we'll have 31 laps to go once they take the green flag. Here we go. They wind them up, and we're back underway.
At the stripe, it's Christopher, Anderson, Christopher, and Tagg. Mike Christopher, number 82, is making a bid for that second spot again. He's down on the inside. Anderson seems to hold him off. Christopher now moves up. They're side by side as they go into 3. Tagg gives Christopher a bit of a bump, gets sideways, but gathers it back in. And Mike Christopher, number 82, is in the second spot.
Good battle now shaping up between Tom Tagg and Bob Georgitis for the number 4 spot. Meanwhile, back in the pack, some of the heavy hitters starting to move up a little bit now.
Who was running up in 5th, as high as 5th spot, has now got a long way to go to catch the rest of the field. Tries to move around traffic.
Off the turn, it is still Ted Christopher followed by Mike Christopher. John Anderson third, Tom Tagg holding tenaciously to that number 4 spot, but hitting the pressure from Bob Georgitis.
Sneed, 55 running. Shawanski's carving his way through the field. He's already moved up 4 spots, 5 spots.
Richie Gallup also has his foot in it. He's right behind Lloyd Agor and picking off a few at a time. R51 also on a roll. When they cross the line, it'll be 76 down and 24 to go. Spin in turn 3.
Out comes the yellow.
27.
Cars seem to be running really well.
Yeah, Mike was running second, so now John Anderson gets back the number 2 spot. Tom Tagg moves up to 3rd, Bob Georgitis to 4th place. Some of these boys enjoying a very good night for themselves. Here we go, looking once again for the start. When they cross the line, we'll have 80 laps complete.
On the gas, the number 13 car bobbles just a little bit, not as quickly off the line as before. And, that's the line. It looks like the number 15 car, but he's on the high side. Ted Christopher gathers it back in. Tom Tagg right there with him. Whoa, we got 1, 2, 3 cars together and up against the wall. Shawanski being one of them. Tough break for Steve Shawanski. Gallup gets turned around. He was involved in that. It starts. Wow, look at this. They're trying to drive over each other.
One went forward, the other went backwards, and they collided. Heck of a note.
Everybody seems to be moving around. This is where you'd think that things would start to settle down because the guys know what the cars can do.
But you can see, are well up in the field at this point.
We talked about that earlier, that the attrition is going to play fade. He's going to be the toughest guy out there to catch.
No question. Definitely the man to beat now.
Back end was a little too loose. That's about it. No big major problems. I think he's got that straightened out, and we're ready to race again.
Okay. The clan. And we'll see if Christopher hops right on it as he has. Yep, there he goes.
Anderson right with him. The green flag is out, side by side. Ted Christopher with the lead. Anderson, number 15, right with him. And here comes Tom Tagg. Worked his way all the way back up to 3rd spot. Tagg right on Anderson's bumper.
And around goes Richie Gallup in car 51 in turn 2. Looks like he lost a tire and just went spinning on his own.
And we're staying green. Everybody's staying in position right now.
John Sneed trying to move up. He gets under Kurt Brainerd, so Sneed moves up a position. 10 laps to go. Just 10 remain in the Winston 100.
Anderson, the number 15 car, doing an incredible job holding off a rash of fast, experienced drivers. Tagg being the latest one. Can't seem to get around him.
John Sneed appears to be the only car really on the move. He overtakes Frank Wainwright.
Wainwright gets wicked sideways coming out of 4, but manages to gather it back in. Oh, up against the wall. We're going to clean off those tires.
Paul Tremblay loses 3 positions with that maneuver. Here we come, and we'll have 8 laps remaining. John Sneed looking to work around Les Rose now. Sneed is the charger at the moment, car 55. Field really strings out. As they come to the line, we'll have 7 laps remaining.
Christopher again in command. Like a Sunday drive. Anderson, number 15, running in second. Tag unable to close up the gap. Runs in third. Whoa, we got somebody coming around right here.
Looks like Les Rose, 62. And the caution did. Well, that's it. I guess Anderson knows this is it. This is probably his last chance to overhaul Ted. And of course, Ted has to lead the field to green, and he does. And the green does come out, and Ted does get the jump on Anderson. And here comes Tag down low. Look at Tom Tag.
Tag, who led several laps, gets second place. Slides underneath Anderson. Anderson got a little bit sideways there coming out of turn number 2.
And
whoa! He goes around. Made contact. Coming out of turn 4.
now getting it fired up again is a problem, and getting out of the grass is another. He does not lose a lap. However, tough break for Steve.
2 laps to go, 2 more times around. Mike Christopher's worked his way all the way back up to 6th spot.
Amazing, and here he comes. He overtakes Georgitis and now runs in 5th place. An amazing run by Mike Christopher from the back of the pack. Here they come. White flag is out. It's the final lap coming up. Ted Christopher is the man in car 13. Tom Tag with a great run, finishing in 2nd at the moment. John Anderson followed by Mike Christopher. Here they come, heading for the line. It's Ted Christopher taking the checkered flag. Tom Tag 2nd, John Anderson 3rd, Mike Christopher 4th, in a great battle to the end. Well, there's the story. Victory Lane ceremonies coming up very, very shortly. If you're heading out, though, please be careful. Take your time. The state police have advised us that they do have some patrols on your CarQuest store. Remember, at CarQuest, you'll find it for sure. That's the story as Ted Christopher picks up another victory for himself, his 4th win of the season and his 2nd in a row. So Ted and company on a roll. He's in Victory Lane right now. Tony Sutton is down there, and he'll be ready to talk to him momentarily.
Also, the Race of Champions qualifier in Flemington, New Jersey. Ted qualifies for that race. We'll get some pictures taken, and we'll get him up here and talk to him just a bit. Christopher! First of all, it was your night, man. You were just dialed in. Was it out there for a Sunday drive or what?
Yeah, right from the start at first practice, we had used tires and the car was real fast, you know, and then we put new tires on. It was the fastest we ever gone all year. And we were going to pit, you know, and I got up to the front real fast, and I was really like conserving my tires. I was coming in real easy and getting on the gas easy, and you know, and then I'm pulling away, and it's like, well, the laps keep ticking off, and I said, nobody's going to go by me, so I figured, you know, I'll stay out there. I see my brother go in, and I said, it's a little too late with 20 to go, and then the yellows kept going off, and as there's 15 laps to go, there's no way he's going to go by me.
He managed to get all the way back up to 4th spot, believe it or not, after driving back. Any problems at all with the car?
No, the car runs beautiful. On the restarts, the tires were a little cool. It pushed a little, but it's nice to have your other car right next to you, and Johnny A is a real good driver to race with, and well, at least they both came home in one piece.
Well, you watched him for a while. We could see you. Is it the fact that you drove that car, you knew exactly where to go around him?
Well, yes and no. You know, that car, it probably should be a little better than what it was, but, you know, he's only driven it 3 times, and he's getting used to it. He's going better and better every week with it. Just like anything else, you got to get used to it.
Well, once again, congratulations on a great job. Double points.
Yeah. I'd like to really thank my sponsors, Sanitary Services, Trash Away, Matt Service with a Smile, Performance Engines by Billy the Kid, and my business, M&T Enterprises. And I really like to thank my crew, and also Billy Bear Calicio, because we had a radiator leak right before the feature, and we borrowed his radiator out of his car and put it in the car, you know, before the feature. So the crew really did this one. We had to work hard to get that done.
Well, you did good for them, too. Once again, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Okay, Ted's going to draw out 3 numbers for the winner of the pair of Hoosier tires. First number is 22. The second number is car number 2, and the third, car number 11. Those guys will be getting each will be getting 2 Hoosier tires. And I'm going to get out of here. Thanks a lot for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Again, congratulations, Ted. Have a safe ride home.